Hey guys, it's me, Red Coney, and today I'll be ranking 77 bfdi characters. But first, I'm going to share the stream to a couple Discord servers. So let me do that real quick. Alright, let's get to it. Let's get to the tier list. Anyways, let's get started with number 77. Yeah, Flower Speaker Box hasn't changed a bit on my list. Because of bfdi 22, how she treated everyone horribly but Flower, and goes to the point of rigging contests so Flower could win. Yeah. Speaking of Flower, like Robot Flower, she's one of the most overrated characters. She's only better than Robot Flower because she did more. But overall, I just hate Flower in general. X is pretty much seen as a softie, and acts bratty in some episodes. I'd even bothered to save the show. Evil Leafy is a contestant who just barely contributes. Sure, she's made her appearance in bfdi 6 and some in bfdi 7, woo, but yeah. Evil Leafy's just not much of a good character, and pretty much a very bad one. Well, next one up. Saw was actually a really decent character before BFB 8. It's when 8 Ball was the cause of Saw's derailment. Yeah, I have not much to say. Saw just got my pity placement. Purple Face, I really do not like him. He's very uninteresting and doesn't even contribute that much to the show. Well, next one, super controversial towards Lean Bean's butt. Robati is next. Sure, sir, his concept is cool, but what does he do besides that? There's nothing. Practically nothing. He only gets by here because the other characters are much worse than him. I never liked Robati to begin with, and I probably never will. But Robati's out of the bottom section. That's at least some good news for Lean Beans. Well, the next one up is Black Hole. Sure. Oh, Black Hole. I hate him a lot. But in Teapot 7, he lasted an entire episode without preventing death, which I'm pretty surprised. And that's why he went up. If he started preventing death, he would be below X. Loser is next. And there's a lot of controversies with him. How much I hate Loser. And Lean Beans likes him, and I respect that opinion of him. Overall, I just hate how Loser was in pre-split and post-split. Pre-split, yeah. He straight up manipulated. All of his teammates to liking him. That's what I see in perspective. But now it's worse in post-split. Same thing with Robati. Only reason he's here is because everyone else is worse. Leafy is another character that's pretty overrated in my opinion. She was at least good in BFDI. In BFDIA, she's okay. She's okay with the Metal Leafy arc. BFB, yeah, she turned for the worse, especially in the 27th episode, where she killed Gelatin and Purple Face. Dora is a contestant who didn't really contribute much to the show. And yeah, Dora was pretty overrated, despite her helping her team a lot. She doesn't have a good concept like David does. And she's not really that good in the exits, unlike David. But I don't really see Dora rejoining the show. Last contestant on the unlikable section is Pie. Yeah, Pie pretty much did nothing BFB other than BFB 11 and 12. Other than that, Pie's just pretty overrated in my opinion. Overall, Pie is just an overrated character. Belle's dilemma with basketball was actually kind of good. But Belle's pretty much still be my least favorite on the strongest team on Earth. Overall, Belle's completely derailed in Teapot, and she's probably leaving next on strongest team on Earth's next elimination. Speaking of which, I got almost everything in my prediction right. Yeah, let's move on. Barfbag is a contestant who has been growing on me a little bit. Sure, I don't really like Barfbag that much. But at least she's improving. Another contestant who's probably going to end up here is Ice Cube. Ice Cube did nothing for majority of the time she's there. BFDI did nothing. BFDIA did nothing for majority of the episodes. Except for BFDIA 6, but that's not going to get any bonus points. Since only for one episode. Teapot, New Lines, Teapot 6. Yeah. Pretty much, Ice Cube is just bland. Price Tag pretty much stole what Naily had. Pretty much just Naily all over again. I just wish Price Tag had more in-depth character. Then she would probably place higher. But for now, she's staying here. Yeah, TV is a character I never pretty much liked to begin with. But at least he had potential, unlike Robati and Pie. I mean, Pie had a little bit, but not that much. TV was good in Teapot 6 and Teapot 5. But it was pretty much his fault that Eggy and Fries got out, which are really good characters, especially Eggy. Next up, we have Four. Four is a contestant. Well, in BFE pre-split, he was okay, but in post-split, he just changed for the worst. He went from he's definitely been derailed in post-split. That's all I can pretty much say. But let's move on. Whoa. Let me explain myself. Yes. A lot of people might like Woody, but I don't really see the reason. Woody was horrible in BFDI. In BFDI in BFB, he actually started to get better. Pre-split at least. Post-split just turned into a blocky clone. Yeah, I don't really expect him to really do good if he competed in a 6th season. Now the last one in the dislike section is Pencil. Pencil was extremely mean to Bubble and was actually pretty good in the exit. But overall, I don't really see Pencil joining Teapot. Sure, she spitted facts on her body, but that's all I can really say. Bracelety is one of those characters who could have been good if given the chance. Her joy in BFB was actually pretty good, but when Ice Cube's not there, Bracelet's just a nothing character to me. At least she does what she believes in, idolizing Ice Cube. Eight Ball is next, and his number Joe got old super quickly. But only reason is because of the team leader arc. That's the only reason he became good in the first place. Even though I don't think he's good. Eight Ball, I don't really hate him that much. But overall, Fiery's next, and I really think he dropped. He's a boring character in post-split after the arc with Leafy dropped. I just wished they'd done more with Fiery. Overall, he's not a horrible character, but definitely not great either. To be honest, even though a lot of people hate Spongy, I honestly don't hate him that much. BFE 14, yeah, he left his teammates, but he was forgotten. What would you do if someone forgot you? So what Spongy did was just justified. He could have had a talk with his teammates. That's what he could have done. Next up, Bommy. No, you think Bommy proved a lot, and I agree, but just Teapot 6 and BFDI A6 is not going to give him any bonus points. And the sympathy for him being blown up in Teapot 7 ain't going to give him bonus points either. Or in Teapot 1 through 4. Or at least in Teapot 4. Overall, Bommy's an okay character. Not the best, but definitely not the worst. David is a contestant who probably needs more screen time. After analyzing his character, I think he's actually a pretty good contestant. but he's not really that good in terms for everyone else. Now, in the last contestant, in the below average section is Remote. To be honest, I like Remote a lot more in Teapot 1. But after that, Remote kind of dipped. And became pretty much boring after that. I actually didn't expect character to drop so low after that. But overall, Remote's just there. All I gotta say, Nickel is an okay character. He definitely is getting a lot better each episode. Considering that Nickel is actually pretty good in bfdi and in Teapot, BFB, yeah, that just brought him down. Naily was actually okay during Teapot. She was also okay during BFB. She would be placed higher if she wasn't stabbing people. FJ is another contestant with a wasted potential. He had an arc with Naily about the whole stabbing thing. I think Naily should have went out, but she would have actually done a lot more in Teapot if she wasn't eliminated just like that. To be honest, I wanted Bombi to leave over Naily. Non-Existy is next, and I believe he has a potential chance of having a face and actually doing something. He could have a potential rivalry with 2, making him more interesting. Next up, we have Announcer. To be honest, Announcer is an okay host. He was actually pretty good in BFDI, but in BFB, he stole the entire show from 4, and then nearly canceled it. But overall, Announcer is an okay host and an okay character. Robot Flower is actually starting to get better for me. And sure, she's not the first person I would vote for, but definitely not the last because Bell exists. Staby is an okay character. Could have been better. But he needs to stop using my stapler instincts as an excuse for everything. All you gotta say he's a pretty decent person to chat with. Okay, I know you're all gonna get mad, but I don't really hate Rocky at all. I don't like him either, but he's actually not that bad if you think about it. Sure, he's a barfing machine, but Teapot 1 used the barfing to his advantage and was able to stand up for himself when he was excluded from challenges and helped Death Pact. He definitely could have been better. Cake is a contestant who definitely deserves. Who definitely did not deserve his elimination. He's okay at the end. He was a lot better than how he is in BFB. If only he wasn't so obsessed over loser, he would have probably stayed longer. Tennis ball is actually getting better for me. bfdi 7 proves it, and he's no longer with the whole defending golf ball and actually helping in challenges. And not being bland overall, but he's getting there, and I respect that about him. Taco is actually good, alright, and be pre-split and post-split. But overall, it was sad Taco lost over Flower, who is the most overrated contestant in the show. But Taco is an alright character. Blocky is the same thing as Taco, but he's been alright in BFB pre-split and post-split. The thing is why he's barely above Taco is because of his pranks. I like how he does his pranks. It's actually pretty funny. Anyways, next up we have Grassy. A lot of you might hate Grassy, but he's actually an alright character. Sure, he was really bad during BFB and Teapot. Teapot all the way to Teapot 5. But Teapot 6, 7, and 8, he's actually getting better and slowly moving up. Heedle is a pretty alright contestant. Sure, she was bland for most bfdi series all the way until Teapot 4. Overall, I could possibly see her leaving in Teapot 9. I think 37th is good for Needle. Bubble is an okay contestant. Is a pretty alright contestant. she's overlooking her character. She's not actually that bad. But people say that she's a crybaby, but I don't really. Sure, she was for a little bit, but I think Bubble is still a really good contestant. She's all right. Yellowface removing contestants. Limbs and Teapot 8 was actually pretty funny. I never expected him to do something like that. Some people might have found it annoying, but I actually found it kind of funny. He's an alright contestant at the end of the day. Fire Speaker Box is probably the second best host, and probably the best speaker box. Wait, am I missing one? Forgot about Puffball Box, or as I like to call her, Puffy Speaker Box. So I'm just gonna put at the dislike area, and I'm just gonna move pencil at the below average, remote at the average, tennis ball right here. Overall, Fire Speaker Box is a pretty good host. And the last contestant on the good section is Tree. Sorry, Tree fans. I just think he's all right. He was okay in BFB. Teapot, he was a lot better. And Teapot 7, he kind of dipped, so yeah. Yeah, Gady is actually a great contestant and has a good relationship with 2. Overall, I could see Gady becoming an amazing character. But compared to everyone else, she's nowhere as near as good. Buck is a contestant who I thought was going to be eliminated in Teapot 8. But I thought she was actually going to be in the bottom 2 instead of Cake. I expected Cake to be in the bottom 3 again. But him surviving over Book and Bommy. And I expected Book to be safe and Bommy to be eliminated. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Foldy is also a great contestant. Had a great friendship with Marker, and I don't blame her for making Nines lose. To be honest, I did really like Match after BFVA, but she improved. But I'm just going to get to Match later. Marker is a contestant who really improved in Teapot. He always was like tossed it during BFB. If it was a BFB one, he would be on the dislike section. Now in Teapot, he jumped to the great section. Overall, I really hope he does better in future episodes. Lightning contestant who has untapped potential. I agree with that. He was unfairly eliminated thanks to BH. Now you see why I hate Black Hole? That's the exact reason. Teardrop. Another amazing contestant. Or a great one. She has really improved in Teapot, and I really hope to see more. Especially how she tricked Eraser. Speaking of Eraser, he's next. Teardrop really convinced me that Eraser is really great. Especially in Teapot 2, where he sabotaged other teams. I just wish he did that more often. Overall, his rivalry with Teardrop is actually amazing. Profilely, another great character. I just wish they actually competed, and they would place much higher. Three more are going to be added here, and one of those three is Donut. Spoiler warning for Teapot 9 voting results. Donut just went from Bantu to first save. How? Well, simple. He's been getting more screen time. And now they're all getting a lot of votes. Oops, yet a lot of screen time. Puffball is an amazing contestant overall. Teapot 4, sabotaging other teams. That was just amazing. Sabotaging Death Pact. And in Teapot 5, her and Fry sabotaged. Again. Yeah, it's just amazing. Speaking of Fries, he's up next. And I really like his friendship with Puffball. Overall, Fries is an amazing character. Friendship with Puffball is really good. And it's a shame he left in Teapot 6. He had a lot of untapped potential. Penn isn't... I'm one of those Penn fans. Yeah, Penn is an amazing character. Starting off bfdi, he's been good ever since the first season. And BFB, he was amazing. Teapot, he slightly dipped. But overall, other than that, he's an amazing character. Lollipop is another contestant that went up on my list. She's definitely not better than Gelatin, but at least went up to my top 20. Or at least barely making it 19th. Bro, Lollipop's Alliance was probably the best thing about her character. Like some of the others that are on this list, others are placed higher. Ruby places 18th on my list. As soon as she joined bfdia, I knew she would become an amazing character. And here we go, Ruby being an amazing character in bfdia and BFB. Really hope she can compete in Teapot, but Gelatin's next, and he's an amazing contestant. Probably should have won BFB over Flower. Gelatin had, which he's the prize for great use. Also, Zip, I'm adding you as a moderator because I trust you. Anyways, Pillow is next, and is an amazing character, to say the least. Went from being a nothing character to basically stealing the show. She can have a potential rivalry with everyone else for all her killing. That could make her a lot more interesting. Bro, I think the rest are still way better. Pin is next. And overall, I just like her improvement in Teapot 7 and in Teapot 8. I pretty much expected a lot of character development from Pin in Teapot 7 and 8, and it's been working, and also in Teapot 4. She's amazing in those 3 episodes. Bottle is next, and is pretty much way better than how she was in BFB. In BFB, she was a joyful character, but was never in the serious about of things. It was never really helpful, but Bottle is actually helpful in certain challenges. Like talking to Clock about the whole winter situation. Speaking of winner, he's up next. Amazing contestant. He's practically the team leader of the S. And if Pencil joins Teapot, that could really put some rivalry between those two. The leadership arc is renewed between Winner and Pencil. Cloudy places 12th, coming pretty short from the top 10. Overall, Cloudy's an okay character. Actually, he's an amazing character in Teapot. I just don't get why Ice Cube got eliminated and didn't get eliminated instead of, and Cloudy got out. The final 11. Let's see who won't be getting to our top 10. It won't be Balloony. Sure, he's super helpful in challenges at BFB, but in BFB pre-split, but in post-split, he pretty much lost all that. And there are contestants that are far better than Balloony. Now for the top 10. Lai, Match, Basketball, Clock, Coiny, Eggy, Fanny, Golf Ball, SB, and 2. Speaking of 2, he barely gets to the top 10, getting 10th place. He's probably the best host out of all of them. He really wants to solve the problem between Clock and Winner. I just really wanted Winner to understand that Clock didn't know he was crossing a line. Sorry, Hypercrystal fans, but Golf Ball is not my favorite. Sure, it jumped on the list a lot, but overall is not even close to beating these 8. Overall, I kind of see Golf Ball in the top 10, but it's just 9th place. Golf Ball is better than Tennis Ball, I'll give her that, but yeah. Bean Beans is probably happy that Basketball is not my favorite anymore. But she's actually a really amazing character. She helps in challenges, and she was the reason Robot Flower is so liked. And Belle could possibly be eliminated finally. Props to Basketball. Fanny. My former favorite character. Manau's taken over by another. Fanny is probably the best contestant on Death Pact. Without Fanny to help, and Marker was pretty much the reason they survived. It actually was assisting Death Pact and screwed her entire team over. Final 6. Lai places 6th place. Could have actually became an amazing character. Could have been a fan favorite. But the viewers voted her off. Just for what? Climb bus string, teardrop to talk. Really? Just Really? That's the reason you voted Lie off? Come on. Jeez. This could actually become a really close one between these five. Quinny places 5th place. I really... Also, Teapot 9 spoilers. Quinn sadly could be eliminated. After getting second safe and being one of the most goated contestants in the entire show. Now, we're officially in our final four. Match, Clock, Eggy, and Snowball. These four have always been in the final four. But getting 4th place is Snowball. Snowball got a lot better in Teapot and has made his way here. BFB started off from BFB 14. He actually became an amazing character, getting his way to my top 10. Now, he's in my top 4. Match, getting 3rd. Match getting 3rd place. Her redemption arc was actually amazing. I wish to see more. Chat. Can we get a drum roll? And coming in 2nd place, we have Eggy. Sorry, Port fans. Eggy just placed 2nd place. She's got a lot of development in Teapot, but cannot beat this character. This character has always been in 1st place. But who is this character? Clock. Sure, he's an obsessive fanboy over Winner, but he's actually has an arc, unlike Rocky or Ice Cube. Rocky actually had an arc in Teapot too. I'll give him that. But Ice Cube never really had any arcs in Teapot. But overall, I don't really see Clock leaving 1st place anytime soon. And this is my entire tier list. You can say your opinions if you want, but please don't harass others for their opinions. But overall, anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another stream. Peace.